Hello and welcome to the Hold All Tickets World Pool preview for day 3 at York and Hopeful Stakes Day at Newmarket. I'm your host, Alex Donnelly, and we are brought to you by the World Pool. Bet with the World Pool and the Hong Kong Jockey Club at York and Newmarket tonight. All 7 races in action with the World Pool tonight and races 1 and 2 from Newmarket. So 9 races for the punters to sink their teeth into. We're going to take a look at a couple of races tonight. So we're going to take a look at the main race, which is the Nunthorpe Stakes, as well as races 2 and 3 from York, and of course the Hong Kong Jockey Club World Pool Hopeful Stakes at Newmarket. So 4 races for us to sink our teeth into tonight. Let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it with the Group 1 Nunthorpe Stakes. It is race number 4 on the card at York tonight, over 1,000 metres. This is a phenomenal betting race for the punters to sink their teeth into. We've got the 2-year-olds taking on the older horses, of course, some 3-year-olds. And for the Australian connections, Asfoora lines up. The speed in a shock to no one for a 1,000-metre event looks absolutely frenetic. She's Quality, Frost at Dawn, Night Raider, Runstar, and JM Jungle should all be up on the speed. You'd think the 2-year-olds with their weight allowance, they'll carry 50 kilos in Australian terms, would be able to sit just in behind the speed, and provided they've sort of got that toughness to take on the older horses, their weight allowance could come into it late. Like Lady Aman, probably going to start your favourite. She's been in scintillating form this season, but you've also got Spicy Marg down the bottom. I bet there'll be a few of those for the punters if they back the winner tonight. It is a Friday night after all. But for mine, I'm having a look at number 9, Arizona Blaze, who I thought was really good last start when winning at the Curragh. That was over 1,000 metres in a Group 2. He absolutely smashed them there. Prior to that, he was touched off at Ascot in the Commonwealth Cup, despite being at big odds, and as said, then went to the Curragh. Then you go through his form this season. He was beaten over 1,400 by Henri Matisse at the start of the season. And I think he's going to stay the strongest by in which I mean, I think they're going to go at such a fast pace. You're going to need to be very strong late. And he's shown some good speed and tenacity over 6 furlongs at Ascot up the hill. So if he can bring that kind of form to this race, I think he's going to be hard to beat. But then you take a look at someone like Asfoora, who was okay enough at Ascot, and then she didn't have the best of runs last start. So you think now she looks set to peak third up 1,000 metres down the hill, should be at a distance. Hopefully she's fit enough. Like, she's travelled halfway around the world, so you'd hope third up this time in. She looks set to peak as well. She's another horse who can sit in behind them as well. But I'm pretty keen to back Arizona Blaze. But have a look at the price on Asfoora as well on the World Pool. Given her failures, shall we say, in her first 2 runs over in the UK, we might get a decent price around there as well. Even Night Raider as well, if he gets away with Murder in front as well, he'll be pretty decent odds. But we're going to have a win bet on number 9, Arizona Blaze, to kick off the evening in the Group 1. As said, we do have another 2 races to look forward to on the York undercard. Race number 2 is the Lonsdale Cup there. And look, Trawlerman looks extremely hard to beat here. He was simply brilliant when winning the Ascot Gold Cup. He's going to start odds on in this event. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Of course, this is over 2 miles and half a furlong. So, look, he'll be winning this race, you would think, given he is such a strong stayer, and on ratings, he's just simply better than these. He needs to have an off night to be beaten. But I think Sweet William is the exacta horse here. So we're going to have an exacta. Number 1, Trawlerman, and number 5, Sweet William, who was good at Goodwood in the Goodwood Cup, and he does look to be the next best in this race. You do have a look at Shackleton, who does get a full stone off the older horses in this, but I'm pretty happy to back the exacta with Trawlerman and Sweet William because they're 2 tough, honest stayers. I think Trawlerman wins, and Sweet William, probably 4 or 5 lengths away, will be running in for second. So hopefully we can get some value out of the World Pool with that exotic tonight. Race number 3 is the Gimcrack Stakes. It is a Group 2 for the 2-year-olds over the 1,200 metres, and I'm willing to forgive Reciprocated off his last start failure at Ascot. That was over the 7 furlongs, now stepping back to 6 furlongs, which is the 1,200 metres, where he is 2 from 2. I'm willing to give him another chance. I thought he was quite good when winning at Carlisle at his second start. Before that was good at Nottingham. He's done that in pretty good fashion in both starts. I think they just stepped in one beyond his distance there over the 1,400 metres. Back to 1,200 metres, he does look to be well placed. I think he's going to be pretty hard to beat, and he looks like he's going to be half decent odds on Friday night. So let's have a win bet on number 6, Reciprocated, in the Gimcrack Stakes. Got to get across to Newmarket as well, because we do have 2 races from the World Pool coming your way from the Newmarket. It is races 1 and 2. So just note that, punters, races 1 and 2. The race we're going to have a look at is race number 2. It is the Hong Kong Jockey Club World Pool Hopeful Stakes. It is a listed event. And I'm going with the Godolphin horse here, Dubai Treasure, who I thought was a pretty good winner last start. And that came after stepping back in grade. That was a good one. It was a third win in her career. And I just think she looks to be well placed here by Saeed bin Sarur. Before that, she was okay enough at York, but the win that she had last start at Goodwood, I know she was odds on and she got the job done by a neck, but she was quite strong when winning that. I thought it was a step back in grade, but I think now she does look to be the horse in this race that does have that little bit of upside that you do need to win a race like this. So I think she can get the job done and add some valuable black type to her breeding page for the breeding giants Godolphin. So that is the World Pool preview done and dusted for the York Festival and Newmarket on Friday night. We're going to be on a little bit of a break here for the World Pool previews. The next one, possibly the Maccabi Diva next month, which is at Flemington, a Group 1 over 1,600 metres. Can't wait to get into the spring with the World Pool. Of course, plenty of races coming your way from the World Pool in the spring as well. We do have races like the Everest. Of course, we do have the Flemington Carnival coming up as well. So there's going to be plenty of bets to be had over the coming months here. But of course, thank you to our friends at the Hong Kong Jockey Club and the World Pool. Make sure you bet with the World Pool tonight at York and at Newmarket. Good luck if you're having a bet tonight. We'll catch you next time on the World Pool preview.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.